Jewell Peak, more commonly called Twin Towers, is a pair of diminutive peaks over Jewell Pass and Barrier Lake in Kananaskis Country. They are usually done via Hart Mountain and Grant McEwen peaks, via either a difficult downclimb or a long bypass of a problematic cliff bend. But there's another way. After biking up the Prairie View and Stony trails from the popular and very busy Barrier Lake parking lot, I continued on the bike up the Jewell Pass trail. After crossing a large bridge, I left the bike in the forest and made my way up an untracked stream into a north bowl. Easy ascent slopes led to the moderate upper two peaks and some great front country views. Return was the same way. I followed a good road downhill to another junction where I stayed straight as the main trail rose to my right. Arguably the main trail would be much easier biking, but wouldn't be much quicker. After a quick single track excursion where I walked my bike for the most part, I rejoined the main trail again. At the Jewell Pass trail junction, I hesitated. The steep, narrow, rough single track looked a little intimidating for the two-wheeled steed, but I knew that many folks bike it as part of the Razor's Edge mountain bike route. I decided to wear my big person pants and started huffing and puffing and, let's be perfectly honest, pushing my bike up the trail. Once starting, I decided to go as far as possible with the bike, which ended up being where the stream wax starts, just after crossing a fairly new bridge over the stream. As I started up the stream, I thought it seemed a little bushier than I was hoping for. That thought didn't really leave me until treeline. You've been warned. This wasn't even close to the worst bushwhack I've done or will do this year, but there are very few sections of clear walking up this creek.
It's a little bushy, not bad. Yeah, not bad, actually.
It wasn't hellish, but I had to keep my head on a swivel, always looking ahead to avoid deadfall in the creek and choose the best side to hike along. Anytime I was tempted too far from the creek bed, I regretted it and ended up traversing back. It was still a glorious day, and I became one with the bush, as one does in these situations. Slow down, make good choices, relax. Eventually I came to the junction where Wheatsa and Grant's route left the creek bed. They had copious amounts of snow in the creek, while I didn't. They went up a north slope directly to the summit of Jewell Peak. The direct route looked steep and way too hot in morning sun for my liking, so I decided to stay in the nicely shaded creek bed a little longer.
Climbers left of the creek again. Bit of a sheep trail here. Creek splits. I'm going to go up the left-hand branch. Looks a little more fun. A little more slabby, a little drier. Yeah. I'm about to leave the air conditioning.
My route worked perfectly. As I rounded one last corner and came into warm sunshine, I could see an easy-looking route up a northwest bowl directly under both summits high above.
So looking at the map, I could be wrong, but it looks like I'm looking up a slope that goes directly between the two towers. It looks very doable from this angle, so I might just go straight up it. The rib is just proving too tempting and too easy, and I'm too lazy to go over to the left. So, for now at least, I'm just going to keep following the drainage straight up. So far, so easy. I think I will do West Tower first. So, I see a nice rib there. I'm going to traverse to get off this loose crap. Here's a nice rib. Nice and grippy. Yeah, these are fun.
I decided to traverse to my right in order to ascend the lower west summit first, ascertaining that the easiest descent line was direct from the highest peak.
Little traverse. Better to do this on the way up, because on the way down from Jewell, I'll pretty much be going down right under the summit. What a lovely summer day. Huh. Looks like we're gonna go past the steep rock.
Once again, my route choice worked perfectly, and soon I was following cairns and a trail and scree up climbers left of the east ridge of the west summit. One could ascend the east ridge directly, but I wasn't in the mood for anything difficult today.
West Tower. Easy little scramble. Nice. Yeah. Jewell Peak, or the towers, whichever one you like.
Jewell Peak sported great views over Barrier Lake to many familiar Front Range summits, including Mary Barclay's, Baldy, Hart, and Yamnuska. I spent a few minutes at the summit, sucking in the warm mountain air before starting a leisurely descent of northwest slopes to the upper creek far below.
Oh, just saw my first bear of the year. A black bear. And he did exactly what a bear is supposed to do when he sees you. He ran. So, that's good. Yep, go bear. Yep, okay. Good. Yep. 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 Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks.
I highly recommend this route for people who don't want to bother with the more convoluted Hart Mountain Grant McEwen traverse or prefer a bike approach to walking. I do not recommend it for anyone with a fear of light stream walking or medium-sized black bears.